Hey guys, I know that on Instagram you saw the reel about traveling CE, how to take your team with you, especially if you're going somewhere far like Hawaii. But even more so, maybe you're not going so far. Maybe you're going to drive to your local state dental society or you want to take them to a conference. This is how we did it. Follow along. First, we agreed to work extra days in the month. So what I did was we opened 2 extra Saturdays a month, but no one clocked in. And everyone was volunteering. And we worked for 5 hours that Saturday. Those were volunteer hours, and I said, whatever we produced, 50% of that money will be held separately in another bank account. And that is money that will split up evenly amongst everyone who showed up. Now, if one person didn't show up one of the Saturdays, they didn't get an equal share of the money. And it was a huge success. What did I pay for? I paid for registration, aka tuition. I also paid for flight, and I also paid for the hotel night stays during the convention. And then I included some meals. For example, I made a few team dinners mandatory. But during the day, if they were at the conference attending seminars, I did provide a stipend for breakfast and lunch. Now, what did I not cover? I did not cover any hotel night stays that did not have anything to do with the conference. If they wanted to stay longer, then those hotel nights were on their own. Now, how did I give them the money? I pulled the money from my account in cash and I divided it among them equally. However, I only gave them the money right before the event. I did not give it to them a month before, 2 months before. No. And why? Because I had a travel contract, and in that contract, I put my terms and conditions. If you got into an argument with your coworker and you didn't get along and you guys are complaining about each other, you are forfeited from coming on the trip. It forces them to get along. Number 2, if you decide you don't want to go anymore and you stop coming, well, all the previous hours you worked are still volunteer hours. Just because you change your mind doesn't mean that we have to pay you for those hours, because the intention was always you were coming and those were volunteer hours. Third was, hey, if you show up to the conference and cannot represent my business the way I need you to, aka being unprofessional, then I can send you home immediately without pay. And those were all outlined. All my little non-negotiables were outlined, and they had to agree to all those terms. And for those that wanted to come, they did it. And for those who didn't. It was optional. Now, some people or some doctors asked me, well, at the conference, are they on the clock? Are you still giving them the hours of pay? And the answer is yes. I said, if you show up to class, the class is 9 to 12, and then there's a 1-hour lunch break, and then 2 to 5, then they are paid for their time for 6 hours that they're in class. If they decide they have a headache or they are feeling so tired from the time change and they don't show up to class, that's okay, but then they are not on the payroll. Does that make sense? Now, it can be done and it can be really fun, and they have more than enough money to pay for excursions and touristy things and shopping. And we even made matching sweaters. We made matching tote bags. When we came to the conference, we showed up. It's like going to Disneyland or Disney World and that whole family has matching t-shirts. Well, that's what we did. And it is so much fun. I highly recommend it. Now, if you want the travel agreement or a copy of mine, email info@mommydibs.com, mommydibs.com. If you don't hear from us, your email maybe has gone into our spam box. Then reach out via Instagram or Facebook, and we'll be sure to get that sent over. If you are an official member, it is in our official members portal. You log in, look for a travel agreement, and it's there. That's another reason to join our official membership. We have over 100 documents like that to make your life easier. I hope you enjoyed this video and hit subscribe and come back for more videos.